And just on the passing of the Queen, we know that Charles isn't marking it publicly, but there has been a report this week about him honouring her in his own way.
Yeah, so he's spending 3 weeks at Balmoral, which is a tradition that the Queen always followed, instead of spending it at his own private estate in Aberdeenshire. And it gives a sense of continuity, which is very important in the royal family and the monarchy at large, because that's something that the Queen was very passionate about. And I think King Charles is making the point of following in her footsteps and making people understand the importance of, you know, the legacy that the Queen left behind and following in those footsteps. So, you know, it is a bit of a transition. I mean, today is the last day that the public can go to Balmoral, since the King and Queen will be staying there for 3 weeks. But it looks like he's keeping in tradition, and it's a good thing to see.
Yeah, I think it's a great thing to see. Now, he's also planning his own birthday celebrations coming up in a couple of months. What's it going to be?
Yeah, so apparently he is adamant that he doesn't want a public celebration, which is understandable given the cost of living crisis. It would be tone deaf for him to have anything ostentatious in that regard. But apparently he is looking for a very, 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 very low-key family event. He's never been one for all the pomp and circumstance, at least when it's not when it's uncalled for. But it is still a few months away. I'm sure his mind isn't there. I'm sure he's just grateful for every year of life that he has. We know that he ascended to the throne fairly later on in his life, and so he is just keeping the ship steady for the future monarch.
Now, last week we spoke about King Charles heading to Kenya on a royal visit, but we also understand he's going to France next month. What's planned for that trip?
So the King and Queen are going to head to Paris next month after their trip was cancelled by all the riots that were going on in Paris, protesting various measures by President Macron. And they're going to go to Bordeaux after a few days. It's a 4-day state visit, and it just highlights the importance of, you know, the role of the king, who is our head of state, and the role that he has in maintaining good diplomatic relations with the likes of France. Obviously, there are loads of political hot button issues here in the UK, like, you know, the Channel migrants crossing from France mainly, and trying to stop that influx of migrants coming in via that medium, and all sorts of sort of conversations around, you know, the French, the EU, you know, and all of that. So it's important for the king to represent the UK and to just maintain good diplomatic relationships with one of our longest-standing allies.
As always, Esther Kraku, thank you so much for joining us.